Why do water parks have warning signs and instructions if you're not going to read them? And then you're going to file a lawsuit. We are going to get into this one right here. It says woman suing Walt Disney World for $50,000 over injurious wedgie on Typhoon Lagoon water slide. So first off, I'm actually going to put up on the screen. This is from DisneyWorld.com. Okay. And this is Humunga Cowabunga, okay? So this is an attraction located at Disney's Typhoon Lagoon water park. So apparently in this Typhoon area, there's a whole bunch of other little mini, so you got the big area and then it's like mini little attractions here and there, okay? So this is the one I believe is where she was at, okay? So they say plummet down Mount Mayday for near vertical, okay? That means you're not going down like this. That means you're having a very, very, very steep drop, okay? 5-story drop in the dark, okay? Nuit. So they said, how high you should be. They said kids could ride it, tweens could ride it, teens could ride it, and adults could ride it. It's a thrill ride, water rides, big drops, all right? So, and then on there, they actually give you a safety thing. Like, okay, if you have XYZ, you can't be on here, whatever. They give you a whole, it's pretty extensive too. All right. So they give you a whole bunch of safety related information on said website. Now we're going to get into this, and I actually have 2 articles for this. All right. But we're going to get to the first one and then we're going to get to the second one. You'll understand why we're going to get to that second one. But let's get into this. A woman has filed a lawsuit against Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida, okay, claiming that she reportedly suffered an injurious wedgie. I know I said that wedgie while riding an attraction at the theme park destination's Typhoon Lagoon water park years ago. According to the complaint obtained, the lawsuit was filed in Orange County, Florida by Emma and Edward McGinnis. The couple is seeking $50,000 in damages after Emma, 33 years old, allegedly suffered injuries during the couple's visit to the water park in October 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. Wonder why it took so long. Emma alleges that her injuries occurred at Humunga Cowabunga, that's what I just showed you, a slide that is approximately 214 feet above a pool. The impact of the slide and Emma's impact into the standing water at the bottom of the slide caused her clothing to be painfully forced between her legs and for water to be violently forced inside her, said the complaint. She experienced immediate and severe pain internally, and as she stood up, blood began rushing from between her legs. She was transported to a local hospital by ambulance for medical care and treatment, and eventually transported to another hospital for the repair of a gynecologic injuries by a specialist. Alan Wagner, the attorney who filed the suit, wrote in the filing that while Emma was aware there were risks that could occur while on the attraction, the slide carries with it specific risk about which Disney knew or in the exercise of reasonable care should have known. The risks are not disclosed by Disney to its guests and were not disclosed to Miss Guinness. Due to the risks that they were claiming are considered unreasonable expectations for consumers to anticipate, Wagner and the McGinnis couple said the slide was unsafe and unreasonably dangerous to Miss McGinnis and other patrons because it failed to meet the expectation of a reasonable consumer, including Miss McGinnis. The Typhoon Lagoon water park first opened in 1989. In 1995, the Disney property added a second park, okay? So, seems like it's been there for a while. Haven't heard anything else. So, we're going to get into the second part, okay? Because at first you may be like, okay, well, they didn't tell you all the information, there wasn't any warning signs, there weren't really anything. So, she has a legitimate case. Okay, well, let's get into this part. Couple sues after a B-Day trip. All right, same people. During the 2019 visit to the Typhoon Lagoon at Orlando's a Walt Disney World Resort, Emma McGinnis says she, her daughter, and her mom. So you, 33, now or before, your daughter, which is younger than you, and your mom. Okay, you went on this Cowabunga 200 but it's 214. This one says 200, but it's 214. Water slide in which riders plummet down 5 stories in the dark. Okay. At the top of the slide, riders are instructed to cross their legs at the ankles. Riders are not told why their ankles need to be crossed, the importance of doing so, or the risk of injury if one's legs become uncrossed, said the suit. What that means. So she said, so it's like saying, you are driving a car, okay? You hit a light pole. You didn't have your seatbelt on and you got ejected. You would then sue the car company because, well, I didn't know why the seatbelt needed to be on. I didn't really understand the reasonings why that was so important. So you need to give me some money. So what you just admitted was you purposely or unintentionally, whatever, you didn't have your legs, your ankle, your legs closed at the ankles, and you didn't have your hands crossed or whatever. So what it seems like to me is that you did not follow the rules, okay? And you're saying, well, they didn't tell me why. It's like saying, well, I picked up a hot cup of coffee. Not that McDonald's lawsuit hot, but I picked up a hot cup of coffee, and I put my entire hand into the cup, and I got 3rd-degree burns. Oh my God, this is terrible. It hurts. It burns so much. Why I gotta sue McDonald's now? Because I put my hand. Well, you didn't tell me not to put my hands in there. You didn't tell me that if I put my hands in there, I could get 3rd-degree burns. That's equivalent to what this sounds like to me. Let me know what y'all think. But to me, this sounds more like I didn't think I had to follow the instructions. Okay, and I also kind of we'll finish it and then I'll give my other part. Nor are riders informed that the force of the water in the pool can push loose garments into a person's autonomy, an event known as a wedgie. Because of a woman's autonomy, the risk of a painful wedgie is more common and more serious than it is for a man. That I will agree, pero you have all the opportunity to wear men's trunks if it is what you want to wear. They even have female ones where you could have it's swim trunks for women essentially. It's a little tighter fitting and all that kind of stuff, and it's longer. Okay, what we have when we go to these pools, whether you're wearing a one-piece bathing suit or two-piece bathing suit, what you're having is you're wearing drawers, essentially, a bra and some drawers. That's really what it is, okay? So you're wearing a bra and some drawers, really, okay? So, of course, there's not much protection and it's so thin. Of course, water, that's another reason why I was kind of like, with the slides, because I was always getting my stuff right up in my booty. I was like, oh, come on. That's why I'm like, okay, if I'm going to be in the water, I'm going to just play down here because I go up there, it's all up in my booty, okay? But you never see it with the man. You never see their trunks all up in their booty. Why? Because it has more fabric. You were free to choose something with more fabric. You chose not to wear something with more fabric, knowing that you're going to be on a slide that is almost vertical when you go down, okay? It said it's very, very similar to damn near being vertical. Okay, so you chose not to wear something that would be more fitting for that. And then this is what you got. I would like to know exactly what you wore because it doesn't seem like you wore trunks, which would have been the more preferred outfit if you were to have done that. But let's continue. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happened, the suit said, when McGinnis became briefly airborne towards the end of the slide and suffered such a hard landing in the pool that she required hospitalization for serious injuries. Just curious, because if it's been around this long, it seems like it's been around for a while, okay? And no one else, from my knowledge, has reported this. It's curious. All right, let's continue. She has been left with permanent injuries, the suit says, including damage to her internal organs, and she has suffered scarring, mental anguish, loss of the capacity of enjoyment of life, expensive hospitalization and medical care, and loss of earnings, all of which injuries are either permanent or continuing in nature. Like I said, man, I think this is a case of you didn't follow the rules, and now you're like, oh man, but you didn't tell me why. Granted, she's not asking for $5 million. She's asking for $50,000. But still, you know what I mean? You, from that suit, it sounds like you didn't follow the rules. So can they really be held liable for that? I'm not sure. Could they be held liable because you chose not to follow the rules? You know what I mean? So I'm kind of curious about how that whole thing is going to work out. But let me know what you all think down in the comments down below. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and also leave a comment down below. I would also appreciate it if you could go on ebay.com, simply type in Latrice Limited, click on shops, and then you can support me right over there. I have a wide variety of items over there. I have many of my own personal Latrice Limited items, which has candles, bath bombs, soaps, essential oil blends, lingerie robes. I have a whole bunch of stuff. I even have comic books on there, men's ties, action figures, a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Definitely support me on there. Like I said, do not forget to like and subscribe, and thank you.